Hi everyone, let's talk about WWE Friday Night SmackDown, the Go Home Show, the Royal Rumble. This was last night's show. Let's talk about it. The show opens with six bench of talent arriving at the arena, and Michael Cole is in the assistant position to welcome us to the show and hype up the Royal Rumble as well as introducing Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee cuts a promo about his effect to bring the Rumble to Indianapolis and talks up the city. He can talk all he wants because he is a Colt puncher. I loved him when he was a Colt puncher. Sorry, guys. Sorry. He was a friend with Peyton Manning. He worked with Peyton Manning. So yeah. Then they talked to Joe T in the ring, and he talks about his interview with Cody Rhodes last week, and Kevin Owens in, interrupts of the broadcast later in the show and demands equal treatment. So now he'd like to give him that opportunity to be properly heard. And Kevin Owens makes his entrance, and Joe says Kevin's actions were a sin, but makes him think about what he had to say, and he wants to give him his fair treatment and demands. And then Kevin Owens asked if this is his way of making amends. Before last week, all he saw was Joe T only caring about Cody's feelings and being a little fanboy like everyone else. And Joe wouldn't apologize for his treatment of Cody Rhodes, but will apologize for his treatment. But Kevin Owens refused to apologize, and Kevin Owens says the only reason he is here is to take the Winged Eagle back and take it off of their sins. Thanks Joe for nothing and goes to take, I'll say again, guys. He says thanks to Joe for nothing and goes to take his leave. Then CM Punk enters and he soaks in the sense of the CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Then that follows him with a with a moment, I'll say again, with a moment, and Kevin Owens asks if he can help him, and Punk offer and apologize for looking past him, but just so he knows tomorrow he wins the Royal Rumble. If Kevin Owens makes it past Cody, tell the main event of WrestleMania could very be well Kevin Owens defending against CM Punk. And if he wins, he will become after I'm thinking if he wins, he will be becoming after the WWE Undisputed Championship. And Kevin Owens says he's convinced because there's 29 other guys in the Rumble, and he's liked more than Punk to, even though he wouldn't know everyone that's going to be in the Rumble. But the thoughts of the two of them in the main event of WrestleMania, or neither him beating CM Punk's ass in the main event of WrestleMania, he likes that, and he knows what main eventing WrestleMania means to Punk and how heartbreaking it was for him to get hurt last year. And he says he loves though CM never, if CM Punk, if CM Punk never getting to realize that dreams, he gives him a warm fuzzy feeling inside the picture of him old, broken, and alone, and since over the fact that Kevin Owens is a big-time manifestator, well, CM Punk goes to his grave in a miserable failure. Then, so actually, he, I was thinking, actually, he hopes Punk doesn't win the Rumble, and he goes to take his leave, and CM Punk calls him back and celebrates him on manifesting twice, and you know, doing his awards and stuff like that, his accomplishments a lot in his career, one of the best. And here's something else he hasn't done that someone else has. And he personally, CM Punk has never won 5 title matches at the Royal Rumble. And no, that was KO. And he's also never lost to Logan Paul. But Kevin Owens says he's never even meant to since his best friend who he stabbed in the back since times and helped him win a title because he wasn't he wasn't convinced of again he wasn't con- convinced he wasn't convincing enough of again he wasn't he wasn't convinced enough in his own on his own abilities, but Kevin Owens has and CM Punk stand or falls on his own words. And Kevin Owens takes short shots, and CM Punk says he has to win the Rumble, and KO has to suffer Cody Rhodes in a dangerous ladder match tomorrow for them to fight at WrestleMania. But only one thing stands in the way of Kevin Owens is eating an ass kicking tonight, and that's coming back in the ring. And he bets Kevin Owens to not be afraid and to come back in the ring. But Kevin Owens walks out, and The Miz is chatting with Nick Aldis in his office. And he talks shit about Andrade and turns around And of course, Andrade's there asking why he's judging him, and Miz says he's just stubborn and he could learn a lot from him if he was just willing. And Andrade challenging the A-lister says he will teach him anytime, anywhere. And Nick Aldis makes the match for tonight. Then we have the commentary hyping up the show. Then Jimmy Uso is walking backstage and cut the promo on Carmelo Hayes while Nakamura lurks in the background. And he says if Carmelo Hayes misses tonight, he's going to dunk on him and make his entrance. Then Carmelo Hayes makes his entrance and says, Jimmy Uso says he's the one, but he essentially is too, and it's a poop joke, and runs in down with a force of Prince before running into the ring. And then we have Carmelo Hayes versus Jimmy Uso, which was a fun match, guys, a fun match. Then Carmelo Hayes steps off a stunner off the rope before jumping into the ring and getting at it. And we get on the bell and whip across back elbow. And Jimmy Uso throws Tomps in the corner and whips reverse, trading pinning permission, no fall. I was thinking predicament, no fall, and shots from Jimmy Uso taunting off the ropes. But Carmelo Hayes meets him with a lariat before putting boots to him. And Carmelo Hayes to the floor and drawing with a basketball player of some returns before Jimmy Uso dives on him and back inside, ducking for precision in the turnbuckle, and avalanche neckbreaker from Jimmy Uso and cold breaker from Carmelo Hayes, covers for two, and super kick from Jimmy Uso. Same result, same result, same result, same result. Diving splash counter with an inside cradle, inside cradle, inside cradle, running knee. Carmelo Hayes goes up top, diving splash of his own, so close, and then Jimmy Uso up top, Spider-Man carry, and Carmelo Hayes flips out an old Connor roll reverse, and Jimmy Uso wins with a schoolboy pin, and that's how Jimmy Uso defeated Carmelo Hayes with a schoolboy victory, with a schoolboy pin. Then we get in a explainer video we get an explainer video for the Royal Rumble, and Brian Saxon interviews Chelsea Green and Pepper Neville backstage, and Green says he's going to win tonight with the Royal Rumble parade to WrestleMania, then win there too. Then we have Chelsea Green versus Mia Yim for the WWE Women's United States Championship, which was a little fun match, which we already seen that match. And this was ended in the disqualification. But it was fun. The post-match was fun, though. But let's talk about it. Green hot out the gate, have since met slap, but Mia Yim catches her in a serious pinning predicament, and she stumbles to the floor. Back inside, Mia Yim gets her up top for mountain punches, and Chelsea Green knocks her to the floor and smashing her face into the apron and ramming her back into it and back inside near chin lock, assists to try and gain her challenger down, and Mia Yim drawing her up in the corner, but Chelsea Green kicks her face into the turnbuckle for a near fall in front. Chelsea cover low to the back, and Mia Yim fighting back and rolling full butt, falling, I'll say it again, falling, I'll say it again, rolling full butt, falling kick, and getting her down in the corner and twerking, looking for I'll say it again, soul food counter to a schoolboy and backslide for two, and Chelsea Green rolls through looking for her tool switch, and Mia Yim reverses into a body cutter. I'll just say body cutter. Body scissors, I'm going to say body scissors, pin, no sell, and Chelsea Green with a near fall, and Mia Yim gets soul food, but Chelsea Green rolls to the floor, and B-Fab keeps her honest, and she runs right out the other side of the ring, and Nels tries to bell over the timekeeper's barricade, and Mia Yim tries to cut her off, but Chelsea Green has a candlestick and lights her up. And that's what happened right there, guys. And that's how Mia Yim won by disqualification and defeated Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green is still your WWE Women's United States Champion. And then the post match, she swings at Mia Yim, but Mia Yim gets the stick from her and rubs her with it in turn. And Brian Saxon interviews Naomi and Bianca backstage, and a sense that one of them is going to win the Rumble, and we finally a sense go to the break. Then back from the break, we get another Charlotte Flair return vignette. Then we see Stephanie McMahon in the crowd. Then Damian Priest makes his entrance, and we go Also again, Damian Priest makes his entrance and gets on the mic, and says for 4 years ago he started on Monday Night Raw and wants to make an impact, and he's been known. He went from betrayer, betrayer to betrayed, and followers to leader, and from a nobody to world heavyweight champion. That the past on Raw, and now he's on SmackDown. He's not trying to make a name. He's here to the gold in championship, and that starts by throwing asses over the top rope tomorrow night. Then here comes Jacob Fatu and Tongaloa. Jacob Fatu says he knows who Damian Priest is and what he's done, and his awards and his accomplishments, and a lot more than most of those guys in the back. And they both come from the streets, but the difference is he was locked down in that box. He was locked down in the box in that box. He was locked down in that box. And Damian Priest can get his hair braided all he wants, but he doesn't get it twisted when he comes around. He comes around him because he's off the ledge now, all gas, no brakes. Then the way he sees things, him and Tongaloa are running SmackDown now, and Damian Priest asks if that's his best shot, if he's supposed to be, since it says he should know better, and since they both are from streets, they even talking, and Damian Priest laid Tama Tonga out with a super kick, and Jacob Fatu turns to him and has since thrown on his face, and they circle each other butterfly before laying in with punches, and they brawl, and Jacob Fatu gets the better of him, and LA Knight makes the save, and he whips Tonga out with a chair, but Jacob knocks the chair out of his hand with a right hand. Then Priest recovers, and Knight swats him with the chair, and Jacob Fatu and Tonga regroup on the floor, and LA says they just got a beat down and they can get it again, and they like to use numbers and get numbers from them, and 2-on-2 and Street Kings and Mega Stars against Jacob Fatu and Tonga. And then Loco Del Tasma are chatting backstage when Motor Machine Guns roll up, and they recentralize, and they do not like each other, but they need to work together tonight. And Electra Lopez tells Lil Driver to look out for each other, and Central Escobar gives them a peep talk in Spanish before telling Motor Machine Guns they have their opportunity tomorrow. Well, he and his guys are still fighting for what they deserve. And Alex Shelley says they will have Lil Garza's back, and Alberto Carrillo says they know how to handle themselves. And Angel Garza says if they beat DIY, they're coming for the titles. And the heels teams Adam Stills, Adam Coos, Alex Causey of the Causey match makes their entrance as a break. I don't know how to pronounce that. Then back from the break, we get the video of Triple H being a cinch with the Hall of Fame introduction announcement. So yes, Triple H will be in the Hall of Fame this year, guys. So props to him. To the boss, Sorry with the camera doing that. With the camera doing that, guys. Sorry about that. But to Triple H, man. Props to him. But he needs to do better with doing more edgy content, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, guys. But still, it's a great company. They're doing good. You know, doing better than when Vince was running this shit. I'm talking about from 2017 to 2021. So DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa, and Pretty Deadly, Prince and Wilson versus Lil Garza, Angel Garza, and Alberto Carrillo, and Morning Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin, and Prince and Carlito to start. Big springboard and elbow from Alberto gets two, and he moves onto a kneeling armbar, and Carlito into the corner, and jawbreaker to Ciampa roll. Also again, jawbreaker to Ciampa and back roll moonsault cover for two, and double teams from the baby faces to Mortal Machine Guns in, and Matt moving fast and furious as Lil Garza drop kicks Pretty Deadly to the floor where they, and Chris Sabin dies on them. And since as we go to the break, and then back from the break, Chris Sabin's on the wrong side of town, but he gets away, and Garza tags in on him, and Angel running hot on Pretty Deadly's mat, breaking down, and Gargano Also again, Johnny Gargano, legal Superman spear and a suicide dive, and Angel Garza with Pretty Deadly out with their six moonsault roll through the ladder bomb from Alberto Carrillo. But John kicks out. Also again, Johnny Gargano kicks out, and then Tommaso Ciampa takes Chris Sabin to the floor, and Lil Garza, excuse me guys, Lil Garza takes a walk, and Tommaso Ciampa blows them kisses and throwing Chris Sabin into the barricade, then back into the ring, and Chris Sabin fights hard, and he gets a near fall, but no tag, as Johnny Gargano pulls Alex Shelley off the apron and folding press, and Chris Sabin kicks out, and Tommaso Ciampa drops him with a lariat, and Tommaso Ciampa accidentally knocks Prince off the apron with a boot, and when he goes for a tag, Wilson jumps off the apron and just disgust. I'll say it again, guys. Wilson jumps off the apron in disgust, and Chris Sabin has. I'll say it again. Chris Sabin has him. Chris Sabin has him. Chris Sabin has him. I'll repeat it again, guys. So he goes for a tag, and Wilson jumps off the apron and disgust, and Chris Sabin has him. Then Will Garza and Murder Machine Guns win by pinfall with a victory roll pin from Chris Sabin on Tommaso Ciampa, which was a fun tag team match, guys. A fun tag team match. Then back from the commercial, Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa are walking along when Tonga sees DIY tag titles on a road chase and goes sniffing around, and DIY appears and grabs their titles, and he sneers at them till they leave, and then DIY sees Pretty Deadly and Ciampa betrays Pretty Deadly for letting them down, and Johnny Gargano points out that if they lost the titles, their title shot goes up in smoke, but Prince tells them they're on their own, and Michael Cole and Pat McAfee address us, and Pat McAfee introduces an athlete, basketball player from the Pacers, I'll say it again, Pacers, a basketball player from the Indiana Pacers that's been here before in WWE, a basketball player that all of you guys know, Therese, Therese Hill Baron, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Therese Hillman. They interview him and talk about his basketball career, and it's all stick to me and all of that stuff, which they said, which in my opinion, I don't really care about that, but it's cool for, mainstream and all that stuff. Then Pat McAfee does their since on video of Michael Cole and Cody Rhodes crowd serving, and Naomi and Bianca make their entrance to send us to break. Then we have Liv Morgan versus Naomi, which was a decent match, guys, which was a decent freaking match. Let's talk about it. Liv Morgan in control early, and Naomi drops down and leapfrogs Armory. Also again, Liv Morgan in control early, and Naomi drops down, leapfrog, arm drag off the rope, and Era sends Liv Morgan flying, and Liv Morgan ducks a roundhouse, but Naomi knocks her down off the apron and splits leg drop cover for two, and Liv on the comeback. And since we go to the break, and then back from the break, Liv Morgan's on her back with a sleeper hold, and Naomi fights out and kicks combo, turnbuckle, bulldog, and she goes up top, diving crossbody, and only for a near ball, back and forth, and Naomi wins by pinfall with a victory roll, and that's what happened right there. Then the post match, Raquel Rodriguez lays the celebration. Again, post match, Raquel Rodriguez lays the celebration tag champions out with a double lariat, and Bianca gets the better of Liv, but when she turns to Raquel, they take her down with a low blower and a big boot, and stacking the tag champs on top of each other, and Raquel Rodriguez power bombs Liv onto them, and The Miz makes his entrance as we go to the break. Then we have The Miz versus Andrade, which was a fun match in my opinion. Little fun match right here. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Back from the commercial, a copy and paste error lost me from the beginning. That's what they said, but in my opinion, it was a little fun match. And Miz with a chest kick, and Andrade comes back with a dragon screw and fires up corner knees cover for two, and corner boot laying chop in up in the turnbuckle, shocking for precision, and Spanish fly connect. But Miz kicks out, and Andrade rolls into a victory roll, and Miz reverses no fall, and Andrade knocks him, and Andrade defeats The Miz with a back elbow, and that's what happened right there. Then backstage, Santos Escobar chats with Damian Priest, telling him it sure would be nice for him, and he could count on the Lanto del Tasma next week, and if he trust, I'll say it again, guys. I'll say it again. Damian Priest tells him it sure would be nice for him if he could count on Velto Beltasma next week. He's in trouble, but Damian Priest hasn't had that in tells tells him off. Then Damian Priest turns around and sees R-Truth, who's glad to see him back on Raw, and Damian Priest, and since it's SmackDown, which was funny, that was freaking funny. Every time the Miz says something freaking stupid, bro. It's freaking funny. I love the Miz. He follows. R-Truth. I'm sorry, R-Truth is so funny, man. He follows me on Twitter, man. Oh man, R-Truth follows me on Twitter, people. But yeah, guys, freaking funny dude. I'm telling you, R-Truth is a funny dude. Oh man, R-Truth and Damian Priest backstage was amazing last night. Let's talk about it, too. So Gideon is since it's SmackDown, but R-Truth says he's just talking to Adam Pearce, who growed his hair out and starts scoring in English, a French, very disgusted, which was funny, you know what I'm saying, guys, which was really funny because, Adam Pearce is the guy for Raw and freaking Nick Aldis is the guy for SmackDown. Oh, man, that was funny. Then then LA Knight talks to him, and Damian Priest says tonight they're allies, but tomorrow in the Royal Rumble is every man for himself, and they agree they're going to kick heads in R-Truth and praise them and welcomes them to Raw and says they should force a team. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, guys. I am telling you. He is funny. Then Tiffany Stratton runs into also again, Tiffany Stratton runs into Selena Vega backstage, and Selena Vega says she's going to win the Royal Rumble, and Tiffany Stratton says, wish her luck. Then we go to break, and then Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are in the ring, and Pat McAfee talks up the persistence of John Cena trying Stone Cold Steve Austin 3 Royal Rumble wins before Michael Cole introduces their guest, Tiffany Stratton, and she says the only difference between now and before the title is that everybody knows exactly how great she is, and Pat McAfee lists off women who could win the Royal Rumble, and she makes Chick face about all of them, and then Candice LeRae comes out and stuff, and Candice LeRae says she calls Tiffany Stratton out for betraying Nia Jax and claims she's just jealous that Nia Jax prefers her as a tag partner, and Nia Jax comes charging in to work Tiffany Stratton over and hitting the percent drop. And then commentary hypes up the Royal Rumble card, and Jacob Fatu and Tangaloa make their entrance as we go to the break. And then this was the main event, guys. This was the main event right here. Gideon Priest and LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu and Tangaloa. I'm going to take a little break here, and we'll be right back, guys. But guys, we're back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Damian Priest and LA Knight fences Jacob Fatu and Tonga Loa in the main event. Damian Priest and Tonga start, and Damian covers him down an arm dragger and tags to LA Knight, and Tonga gets him in the corner and tags Jacob Fatu in and back and forth, and Damian Priest back in on the wrong side of town, and Jacob nails him with a corner hip attack and tags Tonga back in and working Damian over, and Fatu with a six I was thinking with a chaw and big right, and Damian Priest boxed his ears a few times, and big sliding right from the werewolf Jacob Fatu and boots up in the corner and tags to LA Knight in with right hands, and Jacob passes him into the corner, and he side sidesteps a charge and drops Tonga with a lariat onto the apron, and DDT to Jacob Fatu up top, diving elbow drop and connects, and we go to the break, and back from the break, Jacob Fatu drags LA Knight to the corner and hammers him with punches, but he gets away and hot tags Damian Priest in a big flapjack on Tama and Tonga and hard high elbows action to the floor and back in. Damian Priest walks the ropes for an old school crossbody cover for two, and Jacob Fatu runs interference and Tonga with the jumping DDT, but LA Knight breaks it up and sends Jacob packing with a pump kick and then covers him over the timekeeper's barricade, and Tonga stalking after Damian Priest, and Damian Priest turns him around, and that's what happened. And Damian Priest and LA Knight won by pinfall with the South of Heaven from Damian Priest from Damian Priest on Tonga, and the post match, Jacob Fatu takes Damian Priest out with a super kick and a slow and drop and the double jump moonsault as we go off the air, and that's what happened right there, guys. And I give this SmackDown a 7 out of 10. It was a decent show. I loved it. It was a decent show, guys, and I give it a 7 out of 10 this week. A 7 out of 10. And I love this show. It was a decent show, in my opinion, and I give it a 7. I said again, guys, I give this SmackDown a 7 out of 10, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit those notification bells as always, guys. This is Christopher Jackson. I said again, this is Christopher Jackson Denver, and we're out. Peace out and take care, guys. Peace out and take care.